Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Peters, and I am in an outpatient pediatric clinic in Rogers, Arkansas. I'm finishing up my last week, and this is my major reflective project that I've been working on. And throughout my journaling, we were asked to, find out like what is a burning question that you have. Um, Throughout my time here at Play Strong Pediatrics, a burning question that came to mind was, and I actually have it here, was, how important is family slash parent involvement in the child's therapy? Um, and to start off with that question is, what brought you to that question? So, like, the reason why I came up with this question was because every time we would have to, when the parents would come pick up their kid, you'd educate them on, what their kid can do or how they did during the session and what they can do to get better to do at home. Um, Majority of these kids come to therapy probably like 2 times a week, and I'll never forget what my CI said that was really thought provoking was, she said that we can't see progress in these kids if their parents or their family members aren't willing to do in-home, therapy with them, any kind of things that they're going to do at home. So it's important for us to do activities and tasks that can carry over into the home. Unfortunately, life happens outside therapy. That is probably one of the biggest taglines that I've understood that's been going through my mind, that life happens outside of therapy. So there's grace for that. But there's so much, there's so much importance of having the parent and family members involved in their therapy of, hey, what can we do to help our child succeed, that goes beyond going to therapy for 1 hour twice a week. And that was, again, what my CI said was just the biggest thing that kind of hinders a kid's progress really is parents not being involved, because in the reality, 2 hours a week is not enough. So there has to go on. There has to be more than that. So I'm going to read what I wrote down for my project, and it's just kind of like my journal, my thought process. So it says, I'm currently placed at an outpatient pediatric center in Rogers, Arkansas. Through my time here, I've noticed how important it is for parents and family members to be involved in their child's treatment. I'm learning life happens outside therapy, and it can be easy to just come to therapy twice a week and leave it at that. So much happens in a child's life out of the 120 minutes of therapy they get each week. Speaking with my clinical instructor, she mentioned it's hard to see progress with kids to see when they only qualify for a certain amount of minutes each week. She followed up with the importance of family slash parent involvement needed in order to see true progress. This question goes beyond parent and family education. It should go beyond speaking to them for 2 minutes after each session, making suggestions, and just leaving them with a handout. In an article by Lynn and Yu, they state that with parent involvement, parent participation in occupational therapy can promote cognitive ability, language ability, action ability, social competence, self-care ability of children with developmental delay. Some resources and ideas I found that were through asking my clinical instructor, researching easy to make ideas for parents, and simply asking parents what goals they have for their child. Based off my question, I started looking at important skills children need to succeed and improve their occupational performance. I wanted to find ways parents can incorporate what their child learns at therapy into their home. One major skill children need to have is visual discrimination. This is the ability to discern differences and similarities between two different things or items. Not only is this important for our ability to understand the environment around us, but it also plays a big part in learning how to read, write, and do mathematics. Visual discrimination goes beyond our ability to differentiate things, and it also is just important how we function in our day-to-day lives. I wanted to create an activity that parents can use for their kids at home, and also something I can use in the clinic. For my in-service project, I created a Palms to Grids activity that kids enjoy while improving their visual skills. So, based off my question, it started with, how important it is for parents to be involved in their child's, therapy. Well, taking what I've learned with my in-service project, I transitioned it over to, okay, what is an activity that I can show parents? Not just giving them a handout or making a suggestion, but say, hey, this is what I made, and this is something that you could do with your kid that's going to prep them for doing handwriting tasks such as, that requires visual discrimination. We need it so much for differentiating between A, B, and C. So I created this activity called Palms and Grids, and it looks like this. So you have a grid, a blank grid, and then there are several small boards I created with just different colors, different designs, and basically not only is it going to target visual discrimination, but if you use tweezers, it's also going to help with the intrinsic hand muscles for the kids, so strengthening for handwriting. So I would place this in front of them and have a blank one, and then have the kids grab tweezers and then pick up the colored palms and match the design. So for the next part of the video, I'm actually going to show you pictures of it, the process of making it, and also it being implemented into the clinic. So again, going off my burning question goes with how can we get parents more involved in therapy, because parents, family members play such a big role in for their kids to succeed and improve their occupational performance. And it just always goes back to 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week is just not enough. And then, obviously with just insurance purposes, it's not realistic for them to come every day unless they're so severe and really need it. But it can only go so much and so far into it. So I'm going to show you some pictures in the next video of just what my in-service project looked like. So here is an example of what I use for my in-service project that, going back to the burning question, why is it important for family members to be involved in their child's therapy? And it brought me to this question: what are ways that I can provide an activity or a project idea that I can incorporate in the therapy, but also can be carried out into the home? That's fun, that's creative, but it's also targeting visual discrimination and hand strengthening. So this is the Palms and Grid. This is what I created, placing the stickers, making these simple designs. Some are complex, and then having the child or the kid recreate the designs by placing colored palms, the correct palm on the blank grid using tweezers. So here's a picture of that. And scrolling up, this is what it looks like with the palms and then the tweezer that you're using right there. And then this is during one of the therapy sessions. So this is the examples and the ideas that I brought to the table. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this done. Completed my fieldwork and my in-service project, basing it off of my question, reflecting on the personal growth and change throughout these 12 weeks, is just learning to be confident and trusting my schooling and showing compassion towards myself, because there were several times where I was really critical of myself, how I performed, whether I made a mistake or that treatment session didn't go well. I had wonderful CIs who showed grace towards me and told me to just say, like, we make mistakes, it's okay, we're going to get better. But through these 12 weeks, my supervisor just challenged me, stretched me to get outside my comfort zone. I don't have a lot of experience in pediatrics, and so I knew that this was going to be challenging. And for me to move forward in progress, I had to step up, and getting that feedback and talking to mentors and through my Christian faith, praying about it, and reading the Word really helped me, because I'm passionate about this profession, and I don't know if I'll do pediatrics or adults, but I'm going to be open to whatever comes my way that's just going to get me experience, and hopefully I'll find my niche. But starting from week 1 to week 12, I saw a big change in just how I interact with the kids and how I interact with the parents and being able to educate them, and treatment planning, where I started out, just kind of looking over the goals and writing things down. And then I would say the last couple weeks, I can just um, treat a kid without really just like thinking like, okay, I know their goals. And it just comes with building rapport with the kid and knowing them, but also just, what are some sensory integration, strengthening goals? Because every kid's usually going to have them. But starting from there and then moving on, progress, and just modifying the goals when needed. So I hope you enjoyed my reflective journal project. It has been challenging, but also fun getting to create my in-service project, and not only sharing it with TW, but also having my fieldwork rotation, Play Strong, use this in-service project for future treatment sessions. So thank you.